If you are a young man from age 18 and above, watch this video to the end and listen carefully. And if you are a young woman from age 18 and above, you really also have to listen carefully, because what I want to say affects the guys, can affect any guy around you. Can be your brother, can be your cousin, can be your boyfriend, can be your fiance, can even be your husband. In the past few weeks, the amount of news I've heard about men getting into financial trouble is alarming. In fact, just today, I heard that a young man committed suicide. Why? Because of a business gone bad. Let me explain this to you. You can be living your life. You can be having all the fun, things are going well, business is going well. You're already projecting that in the next few months I'll be a multi-millionaire, and all your projections might be right. In fact, you're even planning to get married, or you've just gotten married or something, and you have done the calculations based on your projections, and all of a sudden things can go south. And let me tell you, it does not mean that you are not a human being. It can happen to anybody. Regardless of who you are, it can happen to anybody. And so today, I want to discuss how to avoid financial trouble. This one is from a place of pain. It happened to the best of people. And even heard it happen to people that I'm like, I thought you got this figured out. Sincerely. Everyone around you that is a guy need to watch this video. So if you're a lady, share this video with everybody around you. Every young guy from age 18 and above. How to avoid financial trouble. The first tip that would help you to avoid financial trouble, deal with greed in your life. I'll give you an example. There's this joy that comes from running business, and business all of a sudden makes profit. So imagine that you started a business, and all of a sudden the business that you started with $1 million just generate another $1 million for you in a week or 2 weeks. Bam! The greed in you will come out, and it will say, if I can do 1 million, if 1 million can give me 2 million in 2 weeks, then I can get 10 million. So if I can get 10 million, 10 million will give me 20 million. Boom! I'm on my way to becoming the next Dangote. And so what do? You start asking for funds from stuff, start trying to see how you can acquire more funds from people, from friends and family, because you think you can scale. And this happens to people that are into business such as crypto, into forex trading, and even people that are doing regular business. So you just possibly tell you, I got this thing now. And maybe especially people that are also doing agriculture. You bought it when the price was low, and now the price is high and you're making money, so I can scale. I tell you, that's one of the fast lane to financial trouble. And when financial trouble comes, they come big. Why? Because you would not learn how to deal with greed in your life. So, number one, deal with greed in your life. Before you blow, before you make it, before you become the best thing, deal with greed in your life. I am telling you this one. Because if you start a business with 100,000 and you make 200,000, and all of a sudden you lose the entire 200,000, it might be easy for you to, in fact, it is easy for you to bounce back. But if you now escalate and say, okay, yes, I want to go faster, and you don't deal with greed, the greed will make you push yourself to pushing that business to doing 5 million, the business that you're supposed to do with 200K and just maintain. And then all of a sudden, you lose your 5 million and you are stuck for years trying to get that money back. Again, financial trouble can be a business gone bad. Financial trouble can be you being scammed. Financial trouble can be anything that can affect the cost of your source of income in a way that the negative effect will take you years to bounce back, if at all you would ever bounce back. The second way to avoid financial trouble is to scale gradually. I like one of the things of the youth, one of the advantage of being a youth is that you believe that you will conquer the world. So there's always a gish. There's always a ginger. There's always a drive in you to see to it that you want to take over the world. But I tell you today, scale gradually. Why do you have to scale gradually? When you scale gradually, as you scale, you will be seeing possible pitfalls and how to avoid them. So if you are scaling gradually, so let's go back to the guy that started his business with 100,000 and he's got it 200,000. And instead of pushing and quickly talking to his family and friends saying they should give him 1 million, he maintains the 200,000. And all of a sudden, the 200,000 business becomes 300,000. And maybe by mistake, the business fails. He's only lost 300,000. It is easy for him to bounce back. But imagine that he has gone and he has used leverage to turn that 300,000 to 1 million or 2 million. And now he has lost the entire 2 million. He is back to square one. But if you grow capacities gradually, you will learn and see troubles. When they come, you are easily guarded. When they come, you are easily protected. I beg you, you must learn to scale gradually. See, let me tell you, I know some as I'm talking now, some of you are thinking, oh, I know what he wants to talk about, and go on. See, let me gradually tell you this. Let me tell you this for a fact. If you don't listen and watch this video to the end, you will most likely regret not watching it to the end. And I'm telling you because I've heard a lot of stories from guys. Business is going well and everything is going well, and all of a sudden, bah! And it's okay. Having difficulties is normal. That's the normal phenomenon of life. But the question is, how trouble-proof are you? How much of a system do you have to prevent or to reduce the effect and the impact of those financial troubles when they come? There's a saying in my language, ọwọ́ mi ò tó, màá fi kànkàn fà. Ìyà ló ń bá bẹ́ o, ìyà ni o. So I'm going to interpret. It means that whatever my hand cannot reach, I'll use a hook to pull it. When you pull it, what happens? Everything will fall on your head. Scale gradually. The third tip to avoid financial trouble is to consider insurance. Consider insurance. Nigerians don't have insurance. Ordinary auto insurance, Nigerians don't have. Especially if you're in the business, logistics business, and every of these business that require, okay, goods are being moved from one place to another. Just imagine. Let's even say you just got in an arc, or now you can get diesel from Lagos to Abuja, and you've pulled money together, and people have given you money, or even your own money, and you are ready to do it. Now you don't have insurance, and your truck fall on the road, and that's your entire life savings, or that's money that you have taken from other people. So how do you insure it? How do you recover? So the next thing is to get insurance. Let there be insurance. You can insure goods in transit. You can insure your car. And in fact, for some people that your work requires that you have a lot of gadgets, maybe you are you are a video editor, you are a creative, and you have a lot of gadgets and all. What you should do is to insure your gadget, because your gadgets are expensive. Imagine cameras are 5 million, 10 million. Just imagine anything happen, a thief comes and steal your camera, and that's the entire thing you have. You saved for years to get it. How would you come back? So insure your product, insure your gadget, insure your business. Consider insurance. Number 4, the fourth tip that will help you to avoid financial trouble is to diversify your portfolio. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes, invest in 7, invest in 8. For you don't know the evil that will come upon the land. Regardless of who you are, sometimes evil would happen. Now, does not mean you're expecting evil. The Bible says the path of the righteous shine brighter and brighter unto a perfect day, definitely. However, what will keep you in those periods of evil, in quotes, is that you have your portfolio diversified. That's what the Bible says. Invest in something, diversify your portfolio. Nobody knew COVID was going to come at 2019. Diversify your portfolio and build a brick wall around them, that no matter what will happen, if I am doing this business and this business all of a sudden give me 500 times ROI, I am not going to put more than 50,000 in this business. Or no matter how much, if this business is generating 1,000,000% safe, no matter what, I will not put more than 10 million naira in this business. Why? Because the higher the reward, the higher the return, the higher the risk. That's how it works in the finance world. So when you see a business or whatever it is that is giving you high returns, it is important that you diversify your portfolio, so that you know that no matter what it is, I'm not bringing this particular money into this kind of business. But I see a lot of young guys, when your business starts making money, when you get a new, maybe your trade, if you're a trader, FX trader, when you start making trade, you start dipping your hands into money, taking loans from there, take collecting money from your family and friends just because you want to invest and every of those things. The moment you start doing things like that, when you fall heavily. So diversify your portfolio. Several times I've had to be in transactions that I'm like, that look as if they want to go south. But my problem is reduced because my portfolio is diversified. So I don't care what happens, I am still fine. But imagine when our business start thriving as guys, because we want to show, we want to be millionaire all of a sudden, we want to be multi-millionaire all of a sudden. We are dipping our hands, bringing money where there's no money. To ensure that because we want to scale fast. No, diversify your portfolio. Say it that no matter what the return is, this particular one, I'm not increasing it more than 100 million. I'm not increasing it more than 10 million, depending on your level. I'm not increasing more than 500,000 because 500,000 might mean a lot to you. Why 500,000 might be nothing to another person. So ensure that whatever you do, you diversify your portfolio. Please, I beg you, diversify your portfolio. If you must forget anything from the beginning of this video till now, this one, you must not forget it. It is to ensure that you avoid unnecessary pressure. Avoid unnecessary pressure. Your mate has bought Benz, and so your mate bought Lexus Jeep, all right? How does that affect you? Avoid unnecessary pressure. Your mate travel to Tanzania, they travel to Malaysia, they travel to Kenya, and you are still here. Wait for your turn. That's how to avoid unnecessary pressure. That's how to avoid financial trouble. Because the moment you took in those pressure, you start dipping your hands into things that does not concern you. And that's when you realize that when you don't get into financial trouble, you will see that most of the people that you think are your investors that have given you money, or people that are trusting you, that you think they are kind, you will see them in a different light. I beg you. Because I've seen a lot of friends enter into transactions and troubles that takes them years to come back from. You don't have to do that to yourself. Scale gradually, but avoid unnecessary pressure. Don't make anybody pressure you online. Know your journey and stay focused on your journey. If we get into financial trouble now, the future you envisage for yourself, you will not be able to be in it. It will not be, you won't go according to your plan. Imagine that you get into a financial trouble and you are in debt of millions of naira, multi-millions. And people start dragging you. What will you do? You will see that first of all, your ability to think is eroded. Now you now start paying back. To take you years to pay back, years upon years to pay back. Now what happens when it takes you years to pay back? So years that you should have used to scale, you are now using to pay back debt. And that's if EFCC will not start chasing you up and down. That's if they don't start using DSS to threaten you up and down. So really, why not just pay the price and scale gradually? Why not just pay the price and avoid unnecessary pressure? Why not just pay the price and diversify your portfolio? Why not just pay the price and ensure that you follow the blueprint and grow gradually? See, share this video with every of your friends and family. Like it, comment. Is there any lesson you have taken home from this? I want to see it in the comment section. Share this video with your friends. Share this video, guys. Babe, auntie, that guy that say he won't marry you, if he entered a financial trouble now, it will affect you. So don't put him under pressure. Share this video with him. Don't put him under pressure. And you want to do this, you want to do that. You want to do wedding, 13 million. Salary, money, annual salary, 5 million. And you want to do wedding of 13 million. Don't put that young man under unnecessary pressure. So share this video with him. If he's putting himself under unnecessary pressure, you cut it. You tell him. Because when he starts now, when he gets into trouble, it will affect the quality of the life that you have. I beg you. This one, I am emotional about it. It is paining me as I'm telling you. Because I've seen my guys, my own people, get in issues like this. And I don't want it to happen. So please, like this video, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because we're going to be bringing more content. In fact, the next video after this video is how to get out of financial trouble when you've gotten into it. Yes, we tell you not to fall into financial trouble. But for those that have even fallen into financial trouble, what is the way out? For those that have got into financial trouble, what is the way out? So join me at the next video. I am still your host on the Street Banker YouTube channel, Peter Babajide. God bless you. Bella ciao.